Klokov is undoubtedly one of the most popular weightlifters of our generation, of this kind of new era of internet lifters. Dmitry Klokov, born in 1983, is a world champion, is an Olympic medalist, and is undoubtedly one of the people who brought weightlifting into the kind of popularized world of gym culture and of CrossFit culture in general. He's very well known for his outlandishly large pause snatches, thrusters, clusters, and other kind of seminar lifts. But for me, he was definitely one of the bigger influences on why I wanted to get into weightlifting, why I wanted to spend more time weightlifting, and just spend more time training in general with the barbell.
So like basically his achievements are pretty not that great even.
Oh my god.
So we have Klokov put up a load of vintage footage over the last few weeks and months on his Instagram, and we have this first clip from 99. So this is really Baby Klokov, like this is true Baby Klokov, and we've seen him just a lot of repetitions in the snatch. So in terms of like, that makes perfect sense what they would do with a younger athlete. So you'd have like, if you imagine a base of triangle when you're kind of macro cycle for your like 6-month training plan, they'd be doing stuff like they would do that but over a course of an athlete's career, because they'd know Klokov at this stage was destined for potential world championships. So they'd be training him with a lot of volume. Gabriel's talked about this before. When they were teenagers, was lots of 5x5 pulls and deadlifts.
Yeah, he's probably 15 or 16 here.
Yeah.
So they would definitely have known that he was destined for international competition and probably like a career in weightlifting at this point.
It's interesting how he's probably actually 16 here as well, I think. So they're doing the classic thing here of the Russians putting the barbell, the plates really far out to mimic the whip of heavier weights. That's when you know you're destined for a world championships, is when they're giving you this thing to practice. Like this would be pointless for people watching this to practice.
Yeah, you see people practicing this in like their normal weightlifting gyms. Mm-hmm. If you're not going to be jerking 230 kilos plus, you should never ever do this with your training. Like it's just not a good idea. For this, his father's a world champion. They obviously know he's quite talented as it is, so it makes perfect sense for him to do it. He's practicing that general movement pattern. He's jacked there as a young fella.
As a young fella.
Yeah, I wonder what age he is here. What year is this?
Klokov might actually be 50. So this is obviously in Mexico, so this is some junior competition. He's 70 on the barbell. We're seeing that kind of classic Klokov lift.
Yeah.
He's really just all there, but smaller. But still jacked.
Still jacked, but more small.
175. So he used to pull with a super wide stance, like what you'd consider pretty normal for someone of that build, like to pull like that.
Yeah, I think the staggered stance came in after knee injury, so having to bias one leg more than the other, you know.
He really fucked up his shoulder as well training, didn't he, trying to jerk something?
Yeah, I think from his book it said he fucked up his shoulder trying to do a 275 kilo jerk, and it was his second session that day attempting it, and he just destroyed his shoulder.
Wasn't it like a behind the neck jerk or something?
No, I think it was just jerk from blocks.
But he'd no coach at the time was the issue.
Yeah.
There was no one to hold him back. That's the problem when you're a big horse.
What he does have here is he has a very nice shift from narrow grip to wide grip, going from the clean to the jerk. Obviously that went away after the shoulder injury, but it's that's one of the kind of more notable differences in his technique. His clean looks very similar.
Yeah, his clean is maybe even a little bit better because he's not as yacked. He's a little bit looser.
He really pulls under the bar.
This is what I really like, is like a classic dynamic start for the clean. Like it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
And it works really well. It's mad he's holding onto the hook grip still, and he was able to keep that even though he got super yacked.
There's something about this singlet as well, gives me very young Clarence vibes. There's a video of Clarence at like the Dublin Open or something.
Oh yes, he did
wearing one of those blue singlets.
No, he's super. I think Klokov was exceptionally jacked from even as weightlifters go.
Yeah.
I assume it's just that kind of genetics, epigenetics.
Yeah.
Not eugenics, epigenetics. From his dad taking a load of gear. He's lifting, already has good genetics.
Yeah.
Klokov takes a load of gear, does a shitload of training. That Adidas top is very
oh my
nice.
god.
Oh my god. I'm loving that the kind of large t-shirts are coming back in, the oversized tees.
You would pay some amount of money for a mint condition Adidas 90s t-shirt right now.
Oh, you would.
Nothing better than the bouquet of flowers as well for young men as they get their medals.
Still get them. They still
so strange, isn't it?
In Anaheim they gave them like cowboy hats and like lassos and shit, I think.
Okay.
They wanted to give him a Glock but they couldn't, I think. It's illegal. So this is a junior worlds. This actually same Junior Worlds, Andrew Ribicu did 182 snatch and then clean jerked 187 for his opener as an 85.
Snatch technique looks almost identical here.
Nice. It's clean. Harder. What did he do? 210? I'm not sure. This must be a different.
It's funny he's suicide gripping the jerks even at this point.
He did that randomly at a different point throughout his career, didn't he?
He did it. Like all his heaviest jerks on video are the suicide grip.
Was that Joey did like 250 a year, like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yes.
Were they suicide grip as well?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like the extra long tongue on the belt. Jeez, no wonder he hurt his shoulder. Oh my god.
Yeah, very wide.
Super wide and super suicide grippy.
Yeah. I really like the toes forward in the clean pull. Like, it's aggressive.
The Russians seem really lenient with their lifters, or back then, about letting them do certain things in technique, which is strange.
I wonder, is that down to the fact that they probably weren't all in a centralised training system, you know?
So next we have another competition. I'd say a little bit... Is it a little bit younger or older? He's got that Adidas, the Athens singlet on. 165. Oh, he's older because he's lifting more. 165. I have to imagine he's 100 odd kilos in all of these as well.
Yeah.
He's built like in jiu-jitsu, you know, Muhammad Ali, the Brazilian. He's built similar build to him. I wonder if he'd been any good. 170. That was nice.
Stands a lot narrower here with his feet.
Yes.
I'd say the knee owies have started now.
He does have one wrap on. Did he ever say what his best back squat was?
No.
Jesus.
Not that I can remember.
When I started weightlifting, the video of him warming up at the Arnold was something I watched a million times, because it was one of 4 weightlifting videos on the internet. Alright, dude. He's so athletic looking.
Yeah.
I wonder what his general athleticism is like.
You see, when he went over to CrossFit, he picked up the CrossFit movements very, very quickly.
Yeah, but he was just 25 kilos too heavy.
Yeah. I think people expected something that they shouldn't have expected from an international weightlifter going into CrossFit. Like, those two, they do similar movements, so people think they're going to be very congruent in terms of their performance. In terms of their performance.
Yeah.
But I don't think those two sports react well together, unless you're somebody who already has an endurance base.
See, Anton Plesnay's doing CrossFit, and he's kind of enjoying it at the moment. He was saying how good he'll be, who knows. It's a huge change.
Massive change, yeah.
So we've got like 180-ish. I love this filter. Makes you look so jacked. Now, this is not a filter, obviously. This is
camera quality.
This camera quality.
I remember with one of the Russian national, they had like a meet that qualified you for the national team.
Yes. I remember that where everyone was snatching like 200 or something.
Yeah. There's videos of him snatching 190 and his ass hitting the platform.
Incredibly flexible, actually.
Yeah.
225 nondescript plates. See, that was a problem for him holding that grip, and we're talking about that for like Bodhi Santa Fe or whatever, is that like if you just don't have that anatomy to get your elbows up, like you're exposing yourself to potential around you or whatever, even for a Klokov.
Jesus, that singlet with just Russia across the front is unbelievable.
Yeah. He's super jacked there. The rumour was he had extra political gas to take even more drugs than other people. That was a rumour I've heard.
Really?
Who knows if those things are true or not. I would believe it looking at him. So, you know, like he even had more leeway potentially because he was fodder.
I know
it hurts for you to hear that, but
it actually makes me happier.
So going back to an uber wide stance here, some kind of worlds. Doesn't look bad though. It's not. What's
that? 185.
Looks like it. Man, those Adidas Russian shirts, they'd look terrible on us, but
yeah. But when you're a jacked Russian, early 20s,
and when you Klokov. This is some kind of worlds. I'm not sure what this is. So we got 225.
They are retro lifting shoes as well.
I love them half calf length socks. The Russians always had really nice ones in those. I like a good sock. Socks and jackets and backpacks.
Hook Grip make great lifting socks.
Phenomenal. I've a pair of those and they're definitely like 5 or 6 years old now. Hook Grip make great everything, to be fair. Or they source great stuff. That puts a lot of time into it. No, that was a nice jerk.
So good.
It was hot.
You just can't get away from the 140, 150 kilo strict presses, like.
And the 225 push press and that.
Yeah.
Well, when you can push press something jerky, it's probably alright.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably manageable. It's interesting how much more jacked he's getting.
Yeah.
Whether that's intentional or not is the interesting part.
Oh, here's the bandana.
So this is 2005. So we would have been leaving primary school, as you said.
210 kilo power clean and my sister push press.
I don't know, is that 210? That looks like one.
It said 210 in the bottom.
Oh, did it say it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That power clean's insane.
Yeah, we don't see a lot of power cleans from him.
No.
245. What's this going to be?
Front squat flush jerk?
I'm going to say just jerk. Some timing with the whip. That's
Yeah.
that's for all those fucking long collars things.
If you're watching this thinking that the long collars thing will give you timing like that in the jerk, it really won't unless it's 230 kilos plus.
180. His snatch definitely got a bit worse, I think, when he left the National Centre and kind of went just doing the seminars. It wasn't as aesthetic. It's because he didn't wear his bandana enough. 200.
I think there's a USA flag on that bandana. I think it
is a USA flag for sure.
Stars and stripes.
That's a real Clarence move there. Miss 195 and go for 200, and miss it also behind. Oh! Jeez, you must be some horse to be missing 200 like that in training.
Yeah.
Fuck, sad music. World's smallest violin playing. Incredibly heavy block pulls, which is interesting.
I think so from more reading of his general musings, his over reliance on pulls or a huge amount of heavy pulls is because he couldn't squat.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Like, you can't.
In ideal world, you do both of those. Big squat and big pulls. I think a lot of pulls at the moment, and it's significantly helping. 235.
Such a nice pull under.
Didn't need much of a squat looking at these.
No.
I wonder how much he was squatting at the time. That jerk.
It's phenomenal.
It's truly his best lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a USA. USA. Sorry. He's some tan in him as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Russian summers get hot. Some parts of the Russia. Jeez, he's so jacked, it's not even funny. Just reefing gear.
Like, he's 11 weeks from bodybuilding camp here.
We're sure he did that later.
I know, yeah.
That's the thing, he literally is like, yeah. At 245. I don't think we've seen this 240. Oh. That's the same with their elbows low, like at the extreme weights, those things get really exposed. But obviously then letting go might have been worse for him, so it's catch 22.
See, with the letting go, the pull under might not have been fast enough to get under the bar at that even, you know.
Yeah. Alright, so here's the World Championships 2005 in Doha. So this would have been famously Ilya Alien's first senior World Championships. Yeah, which we did a reaction to that.
Yeah.
We did, a few weeks ago. That's some head of hair.
Yeah.
Handsome Klokov. 185. Really high hip start. 190. Super happy. Just a gorgeous singlet, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to be in good shape to wear that singlet, though.
Oh,
he's got a vintage.
It's the t-shirt underneath.
He's got a vintage Adidas t-shirt underneath.
Well, at that time, it's a modern Adidas t-shirt underneath.
Brand new Adidas t-shirt thing. Super cool.
Very nice piping on the sleeve.
Super cool style. We've never seen before. Vintage. We went into a vintage shop in Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
And it was all just clothes I wore as a child.
Yes.
It was kind of upsetting, actually, a little bit. Like, literally everything I would have been like, I would have worn. Do you know those, like, puffy sports jackets?
Oh, yeah.
Nice
Or
jeans.
the sports jacket with the pocket that goes the whole way through.
Yes, the practical pockets, jeans. Yeah, it was all there. There was teenagers looking at it like they were amazed. Pricks.
These guys have such nice clothes, man.
Oh my god. There's handsome Klokov. And that's it. So
That's
that was nice to Klokov. I wish more lifters would do this.
Yeah.
I was talking to Anton Plesnoy. I was saying, does he have videos of his best lifts? And he said he'll be uploading them over the coming weeks and months.
Oh, yes.
Because I think he's doing some coaching now, so I think he's feeding the algo. So
yeah.
hopefully he might put those up. He put up a 175 deficit snatch the other day. He's full bore into CrossFit.
Yeah. I love these videos. I really do. I'd watch these videos all day long.
There's a few like hour or 2 hour length ones which are great, but there's not enough of them. Klokov did say in one of these posts actually that not a lot of people use video cameras in National Centre, and video cameras on phones at the time were terrible quality, hence his 206 was such bad quality. But better to have it than not have it at all.
Absolutely. Yeah.
A lot of coaches wouldn't let you video them.
Yeah, some coaches still don't let you video them,
which is a shame. Gabriel said his coach wouldn't let them video the best lifts, the 190 or the 225 and 230.
Yeah,
that's a shame.
Yeah. Imagine that 190. I would love to see that 190.
I'd inhale it.
Yeah. If you have training footage that you think would be suitable for this kind of lads chatting over, definitely pop them in the comments down below. Yeah.
We'll definitely go back to the commentaries as well. The thing with commentaries is, one, you don't want to be reefing up commentaries in case copyright goes, hey, wait a minute. And also, we need to be in the right mood to do a good commentary, because there's sometimes...
You can't have more work to do after you do a commentary, because commentaries are like...
Yeah, the best ones are when like we're going on no, actually it's more work, but if there's like a break or something.
Yeah.
So the commentaries have to be, and the vibe's got to be right for the commentaries.
Yeah, Friday afternoons are great for commentaries, but then we have to do YouTube live streams.
We should do like ketamine or something before. Can you see the video?
No, ketamines are for Tuesdays.
Alright, thanks for watching.